belly, that beat, man. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Nonethelesser. I'm your host, Cody Buchanan. Today, we sit with an amazing duo out of Mexico City who might be known for the funk, but there's a lot more to them than that. They've got music in techno and deep house. They've got music in acid. They have their own ambient track, and they also have a recent release that isn't quite funk. It's a little more to it than that. So I'm excited to talk about all that with them and, shed the light on it for you. This is Shiro Schwarz, everybody. Pammela Rojos y Rafael Marfil. This is a good one.
See you moving, you got me slowing down. It's what you're doing that will give you the crown. Let's get crazy tonight.
You want to start off with telling us who you are and what it is you do?
We are Shiro Schwarz. We are a duo from Mexico City, and we make music inspired by many genres.
Yeah.
Shiro Schwarz, you are composed of Pammela Rojos and Rafael Marfil?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And are those the names you also go by on the stage, or do you have a stage name?
We don't really have stage names.
You just go Shiro Schwarz.
Yeah, they call her Shiro and I'm Schwarz.
Yeah, I like being Shiro.
And so Schwarz is German for black, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Shiro, that's not German, correct?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Japanese for white.
Japanese. Okay. I've been listening to your music for about a year now. I discovered you, fell in love immediately because I love the funk. I love disco. I love all those sounds, but I love the modern twist that your music gives. So it's kind of a long road of how I discovered you. It's started with Soul Clap. I'm sure you know who Soul Clap is.
Yeah. Of course.
Through Soul Clap, I discovered Zaki Force Funk and then discovered Shiro Schwarz.
It's amazing how like listening to something can lead you to finding more of that stuff or stuff that is like compatible.
Exactly. Yeah. I fell in love immediately. We love funk in our house. My daughter, she's just turning 1 tomorrow, and she loves your guys' music already. Like, she dances to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got videos of her dancing to Burning Inside. She loves that song.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm really excited to have you guys on. I was really thrilled to see you guys willing to do an interview. I looked around. I haven't found an actual English interview. Have you done an English interview yet?
I don't think so. This might be the first one, right?
Probably.
I mean, we've done the like not a spoken interview, but just like written.
Yeah.
This might be the first one that we do like talking.
Yeah, because I've seen the Spanish ones at like Departamento. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a cool joint. I'd like to visit that at some point.
It is.
You gotta come.
Yeah, if you come to Mexico, you have to go there.
Yeah.
It's really very nice.
We can grab a burger around there and like go for tacos because you want Mexican food, of course.
Yeah, I got to get the authentic Mexican. I'm from a really small town in Michigan, like in the thumb, actually. So you'd think it's like just farmland, kind of countryside, but there's a lot of immigrant workers out here. So they brought a lot of like authentic Mexican food. So there's really small taco joints in our town that are really good. I don't know if they're like straight flavor of Mexico authentic, but like you can't find them anywhere else. So really like light, enjoyable, like street taco style.
Yeah, that's the best food.
It's really good. So you guys started back in 2011, right?
with Shiro Schwarz, yes, but we've known each other for like a really long time.
Okay.
Since middle school. We were friends
Sweet.
back then, yeah. And we've been making music. I think we started in 2009. And we did a bunch of like electronic music and experimental stuff. We heard, Breakbot's Baby I'm Yours. And it was like a revelation of what was to come next.
So you started back in 2009 then, under a different name or your own names?
It was like a mix of our both names. It was Pammela Rojos and Rafael Marfil.
Very lengthy.
But
Okay.
it was like with just like the initials at the beginning. And yeah, it was very experimental. We had like from jazz to deep house to a little bit of like, I don't know, like experimental electronic music. Like, how would you describe that?
Yeah, I think we did like we had a more like vocal. We had like many shows, like 5. So one was like we were both singing. Another one was like just like minimal techno. We did another one that was like chiptune. Another one that was like microtonal music, like really experimental stuff. And I think we had even another one. I don't. Oh,
Scrappy Coco.
yeah, the acid house one too. It was very cool to actually be able to, play with all those styles. So
Do you feel that's kind of gone into influence where you are now?
yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah, like the new music that we are trying to make now. It's a little bit more of the mix of all those things that inspire us instead of just like boogie and funk. So it's
Right.
like a little bit more, I don't know how to say.
Risky and weird, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit weird.
It probably just sounds like regular music to anyone else, but for us, it's like, whoa, we're trying new things, whatever.
That's really cool. When I listen to Shiro Schwarz and like listen to kind of like 2014 and up to like 2016, maybe 17, the sound is definitely more of like a kind of old school disco sound with a lot of, modern influence. But it's almost like now from, about Under the Moonlight and Power of Love and on, it's almost taken on like a West Coast funk sound where it's like bigger, like bass and like fatter percussion.
This is the song Jupiter Dreams from Shiro Schwarz's album Street Beat. Came out in 2015. It's a lot more high energy, kind of like a higher range to it. The bass is there, but it's not prominent. There's nothing wrong with any of that. It's just a different sound than where they're at today.
My heart's still beating fast. My mind goes flying. Where my dreams of you gone.
Now, if we compare that to something like 2019's Burning Inside, which was the song I was using in the intro of this podcast, it's a lot more kick, a lot more bass, but you still have a lot of that high-end sound. It's just different. Like I mentioned, more West Coast kind of new funk feel.
See you moving, you got me slowing down. It's what you're doing that would give you the crown. Let's get crazy tonight. Let's get crazy. Turn our fantasy into reality. With this chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. You nailed it. It's exactly what happened.
Yeah, because we were like the first time we toured in the US, thanks to Star Creature. One of the gigs that we got was in LA, in Santa Ana, no? San
Yeah.
Diego, Santa Ana. Or
We
something
did like
that.
Southern California.
Yeah, with
Okay,
the whole
yeah.
trip. And it was like a huge influence for us.
Yeah, it was fun, like to be in the States, where Mexicans sometimes are like not as accepted as as you would like.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, and then to go to that place, and I when I travel, I usually don't look for Mexicans. I want to get like a new experience,
Yeah.
But in that particular scenario, it was cool to see those, people from Mexican descent, and they were very accepting of us, and they had like really good musical taste. So I think that's why we got so influenced, because it resonated with us in many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, also because their parties are like super fun.
Yeah.
Where have you guys toured because of your music? I know you've been to Europe, like Spain and Berlin, but where else has your music brought you?
Lately, we've done our first Asia show in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a live show in a venue, and then they canceled it, and it became just a live stream on YouTube. It's actually
Okay.
online. I can send you the link, but it
Yeah.
was fun.
And then we did another live show at a place that we really liked in Tokyo. It was close to the place that we were staying at, in Harajuku. And the name of that bar is Senki's Rooftop. And they also host like a really cool R&B party and stuff. So if you're in Tokyo, go to Senki's.
Like the US, we've been touring a lot in the US because of the label of Star Creature. I think that opened us like to so many doors, like so many, like in the West Coast and in the East Coast, places we've never been before, like small places to more like big cities. And it has been super cool to know more about the US, because before we only knew like a few places, but now we know a lot of Chicago, which we love, and I don't know, like Detroit.
Yeah, we love Detroit so much. Yeah.
Where have you been in Detroit?
You mean what part of Detroit we were at?
Yeah, like what venues or what have you?
It was a Marble Bar.
Marble Bar, and
we were staying in Hamtramck, right?
Oh,
yeah, but remember the name of the other one that has like the genitals with neon lights?
Oh, the Temple Bar.
Temple Bar.
Yeah, pretty cool spot.
So those are both. I haven't been to either of them. Are they pretty small joints, or are they a little bigger?
Marble Bar is a bit bigger. It's like a medium-sized venue.
I think they're booking like big acts there.
Yeah, Damn Funk played there once, and like
Sebastian Millert.
Yeah,
like
it's a
Swedish techno guy.
Very cool venue because it's kind of new. So the decoration is very pretty, and it has like a lot of room for people to dance.
Good sound system and all.
Mm-hmm.
They sound like really cool spots, like somewhere I would like to go. I haven't even heard of either of them, I think, actually. But that's probably, having a 1-year-old now probably contributes to that. But those are the kinds of places I like to go, like really small.
Yeah. We like to play in those places too, because usually you get like really loud sound, and you can listen to everything really. I mean, for me, that's really important, to get like a good kick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really up close and personal.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys have opened for a lot of cool artists too, like Tesla Boy and Nicolas Jaar. Did you get a chance to meet either of them?
Both, actually, right?
Yeah, with Nicolas Jaar, it was very funny because we played actually after him, because it was at a nightclub. So he played like around 2 in the morning to 3 or something like that, and then we closed the night when everybody was already like super wasted. Like so much fun. We were playing acid house back then.
We were improvising, actually.
Yeah, it was all improvised, and we were having so much fun. It was amazing. And then one of the guys that booked us was like, "Oh, Nicolas Jaar wants to meet you, and he says that you should come tomorrow to his hotel." And we're like, "Okay."
And we're like, "Whoa, that's super cool." We're very excited.
Yeah, and
that's really awesome.
We had a chance to sleep because he wanted to meet us for breakfast at like around 7 in the morning or something like that, and we ended up playing at around 6.
Yeah, we just had time to go back, leave the whole gear at our place,
and refresh.
Yeah, like
freshen up a little bit.
Change the t-shirt, whatever,
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
We went back to the hotel and we just had like some juice and fruit and talked a little bit, and that was it. But it was super fun.
That's crazy. That's really cool though.
Yeah, it was very cool. We were all like, wow, Nicolas Jaar liked our music. That was super
Yeah.
cool.
We also
Whoa.
played after Steve Bug. I don't know if you know that guy.
Steve Buck or Bach?
Bug, like a insect, Steve Bug.
Oh, Steve Bug.
Bug.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, that guy is good. It's like this minimal techno producer from Berlin.
Okay.
And I used to be like super in love with his record label called Poker Flat around 2006. So it was like kind of like a dream come true as well.
That's awesome. That's a great way to take advantage of making the music, is meeting the people you want to, right?
Yeah.
I always wished I had a talent in music so that I could actually go out and just meet people. That's not even, I don't even want to make money or nothing. I just want to meet all my favorite musicians.
That's cool. That's a good way to look at it. I always get excited when we're gonna play with people that I admire.
Yeah.
Like now we made a remix for a group of girls in the UK called Ekkah. Ekkah.
This is Ekkah's After Me and You, remixed by Shiro Schwarz. It's, if you haven't heard Ekkah like I hadn't before this interview, I went back and made sure to listen to them, and it's still very much Ekkah because they're a funky duo out of the UK, but it's also very much Shiro Schwarz. So it's definitely a cool find, and I'm glad that they shared that with me.
But I was so excited because in the compilation it's also a track from Crack and Schmack. Do you know them?
I don't.
They're
It's
like
okay, it's okay.
super awesome. They make like
new disco, funky.
yeah, like disco but funky, and they have been like in making music for a long time. I was a huge fan like back in 2007 or something like that I was obsessed with one album of them. And now it's a remix, but still our name is in the same album as them. So I'm
So
like,
it's, yeah, like you made it. That's
Wow.
awesome.
I made it.
Yeah. Is your family very supportive of your guys' music?
I think they are, yeah.
yeah, my dad is like a huge fan. He would come and
How can't you be?
oh, that's cute. But he's like super cute and super supportive, and he's always like, yeah, like commenting all our posts and giving like the label guys, and like he's like super
She
supportive.
probably follows Dame Funk.
Probably, yeah. Everybody who's been in touch with like he follows them.
Yeah. That's awesome. So he's your biggest fan then.
Yeah, probably.
We've talked about a lot of like the people you've been able to meet through your music. Fortunately, that's awesome. Who would you say influences your music the most? I mean, we kind of touched on that a little bit, but you know, who influences you and what about them?
That we've met, or like in general?
In general, yeah, like who inspires your music?
Well, I think for me, it's like ever changing because, I like to find new inspiration all the time. I want it to be as diverse within what I like. And I don't know, like if you would ask me 3 months ago, my answer would be different from what I would say today. So I think for me, it depends a lot of where I'm at in my life timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For me, it's also changing a lot constantly, but most of the time it's like it has the same aspects to it. Like I like melancholic music with like tons of vocals in it that I can sing to, and yeah, more like it's more like about singers than like genres.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been like huge fan, like of Björk, like for all my life. Like it can be like from Björk to Nina Simone to I don't know Elliott Smith to
Yeah.
I have so many influences.
Yeah, for me right now, I think like my favorite artists that that are close to what we make somehow would be Devin Morrison. This really cool guy with a lot of talent, and a girl. Devin, he makes everything. I resonate the most with people that do everything themselves because that's what I've tried to do. So it's like, wow, they're killing it. So, yeah. So Devin is really good, and a girl called Jayla Darden. She's amazing, like excellent producer, mixing work, vocalist, like she's crazy. So yeah, I think those, but I've also been listening to a lot of glitch and IDM because I've always been a fan of that genre. So I've never got into Aphex Twin that much because I was in love with Oteker, but this year I really got into Aphex Twin. So
yeah, Aphex is definitely like an acquired taste, but once you get it, it's just like you can't get enough.
Yeah, it's like so good.
Yeah, I get that. So you're obviously influenced a lot by like techno, and you like the vocals too. I mean, do you guys go to a lot of like techno shows?
Not really.
We used to go a lot before because we used to play in nightclubs like almost each 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we would have a lot of fun. But now that we are playing mostly Shiro Schwarz, it's more like small venues, and it's kind of hard because we like playing at clubs, but Shiro Schwarz is a bit not so club friendly. And
I would go to a club playing Shiro Schwarz any day.
yeah.
Because but most people, they just want like, steady 4 on the floor bass drum to begin with.
Right.
But
It's okay. It's okay.
I think one of our favorite clubs, like now, is Queen at Smart Bar in Chicago.
It's what in Smart Bar?
There's a party called Queen.
A party called Queen that they do in Smart Bar in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we played there once with all the drag queens, and it was like so
amazing.
cool. We love drag queens so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then
They know how to party.
yeah, super good music too. Like I think like that party has a lot of like deep house that I really like. I love deep house, and sometimes they also play acid house. And I don't know, it's like super, super fun party because also they are all like super cool dressed, like not only the drag queens, but the people that goes there like dress amazingly. And it's like a super cool place to go party.
It's like the crowd is part of the show.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
really cool.
very cool experience, like really free atmosphere. Yeah, I think from Chicago, of course, that's my favorite. Well, I also like Dennis. I don't know how to say Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
So that place.
Is that also in Chicago?
Yeah, and it's like more like a small bar, and there are people playing records usually. Some of them we know of them, so it's fun to go and like hang out. There's a club I like here in Mexico City. It's called Yuyu.
Yuyu is amazing.
It's like I feel like I'm in Berlin.
Very, very tiny, like you can feel the, like the heat. You start sweating like very fast because it's like super small, no windows. It's like a basement.
Those are the best clubs.
Yeah.
Like really small, clearly breaking a fire code. Like everyone's piled on top of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's called Yuyu.
Yuyu, like
YU. Okay. Yeah, I have not been anywhere west of Michigan. So I haven't been to Chicago. I haven't been to California. I haven't been anywhere except for like Florida. That's all south of me. So I know nothing about what's going on the West Coast, but I know I need to. I gotta get out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's LA is fun too. We love that city too because she has family there, and we have many friends, and we love the West Coast sound. So
Yeah.
it's fun. And there was a place. I mean, it's called the Virgil, and now they used to host Funmosphere at that venue, and that's why I used to love that venue. It's still cool, but now it's a little bit different because they don't have that part anymore.
That's
Yeah,
the Virgil.
that was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. It's good to be somewhere where the crowd knows how to party too.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
That was our first show like ever that we were playing, and they were like dancers, like popping, locking, and like in breaking. Like breaking the movie was a big inspiration for us. And like playing here, like people would just like stare or would dance a little bit and stuff.
Yeah.
But we played there, and like there were like so many amazing dancers, and like all the crowd, even though they weren't like dancers per se, they were dancing amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Playing, and I was like, wow, this feels like a movie.
That's really cool. So you're in Mexico City right now.
Mhm.
Were you born and raised, or?
Yeah, we're both from Mexico City, but we live in the suburbs. It's
Okay.
Tlalnepantla. It's like 8 miles from the hip, cool area right now. So we're kind of outsiders,
Yeah,
because
okay.
we're not doing, the popular music here is like reggaeton and trap. I like trap. It's really cool. I like the 808 so much.
Mhm.
But with reggaeton, I don't like it as much, and it's like a really powerful force right now here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we're not in the cool area. We don't listen to the cool music, so we feel kind of like outsiders.
But you got to be, I mean, because you're setting something out different. You're giving a new sound to the city, right? So I think that's necessary. You can't be just another reggaeton producer or, making trap, right? I never really got into reggaeton, admittedly, but I love reggae.
Yeah. I like ton.
Completely different, I know, but it's got it in the name.
Yeah. Yeah, but before the pandemic, we would spend all of our weekends there. We would probably start on Wednesday because we would get gigs on Wednesday.
Or like stuff like PR
Yeah,
things.
or like going
Right.
to parties and stuff. So I do identify a lot with the city. Like I feel that it's my city because I do music for my city. I kind of like feel like I'm representing my city. So I feel part of it, even though I'm not physically like sleeping there.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, that's how I feel about Detroit. Like I'm so close to it and I love everything about it. I love the food, the music, the culture, but I'm not from Detroit, but it's still like that's more my people than the people out around me.
Oh, yeah, that I think this phenomenon, I don't know how to say it. It happens to a lot of people that live outside or close to big cities.
Yeah, I actually grew up in the country and I wanted to I wanted to live in the city so bad, so I moved to the city when I finally moved out, and then I just didn't like the traffic. I hated the traffic, so I moved back out to the country, but I'm like, the city's right there if I ever need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's completely valid, and I think it has its own advantages too.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we got the pandemic going on. How has that influenced you guys, and how is that affecting your music and, probably inability to perform live right now other than, you got your live stream?
Yeah, well, we've been like most of the things that we do didn't change because we work at home and we stay most of the time at home. Only for the weekends we would go to the city. So now it's just like the difference that in the weekends we're all also here. So
Yeah.
it's like the only thing that is very different is that we don't have live shows. That's like the sad part, because I do really miss playing live.
I think for me, it's like our live show, I was getting tired of it, honestly, because it was just, like we haven't made so many new songs. So it was playing the same stuff over and over, which I think is cool. But after a while, it starts to feel like awkward. And I think that for me, it was kind of like a relief, because I was like, okay, now I have a really good reason to pause and like work on new stuff, work on a new music and new everything. And I like new. So I'm really excited about that. And also I enjoy being by myself, because sometimes I get like social anxiety. Like I get scared of like fucking up and, giving a bad impression or whatever. I don't have to deal with that right now anymore. I'm just in my PJs the whole day, jamming.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, no, that is the life. Other than everything that's going on out there is terrible, but I'm quite an introvert myself, so I'm okay with spending all of my time home except for work. So it's a bad trade-off, but I'm okay with the results for myself.
Yeah. I think we're privileged because we enjoy being by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Do you guys have some new stuff in the work right now?
We're always working on something, but now we really have a release coming. It's gonna be a short EP of 2 tracks.
Okay.
It's gonna come out soon.
Very soon. And we I think what we can say about it is it's different from what we did before. It's not like your usual old school disco funk, whatever, or G-funk even.
Yeah.
And I think our lyrics are different too, also, because now we want to write, more authentic lyrics that talk about what we really care about and our ideology. So, yeah.
Because before we were very focused on like spreading a very positive message, like with this idea that the world already sucks, and in so many ways that we don't want to add another layer of sadness. So we were like very focused on making very positive message and stuff. This one also are very positive, but you can feel that they come from a little bit of pain somehow.
Yeah.
Darkness.
You going metal now?
It's a little bit different.
It's like not metal.
Okay, it's not metal.
We're not there yet.
But is that the ultimate goal? Metal, heavy metal, like screamo?
Something to that type of intensity, maybe.
That's okay. I mean, I obviously with a lot of your music leading up to now, it's been pretty on point with like the funk and disco scene, where it's either about getting down and dancing or like love, like being in love, or you got Secrets, which is more like questioning it, but it's all about love, it seems to be. And would you say your new song or your new LP is going to be about love still, or is it going to branch out?
It's a different subject.
It can be also love, but
it's
like
about self-love.
Self-love, yeah.
That's important. That's important. You got to be a little selfish in this life, right?
No.
No.
You gotta be good. Yes, about not self-love, more like self-care.
Yeah,
that's good.
Like taking care of yourself and
being
like
strong.
Yeah, it's
awesome. And when are we going to get to hear that in 2020 or?
Yeah, working on the last touches to the mixing. Yeah, but it's like almost ready. I'm just like working a little bit, just one track. I'm working on improving my vocals. They sound a little bit raspy, and I want them to be smoother. That's the only thing that's holding the release.
Awesome. Do you guys do all of your own production, write your own lyrics?
Yeah.
I assumed it was, but that's great. in your creative process, like when you're going in to make a track or an album, what do you think is unique about your guys' process?
From what I do, I think like I don't use presets.
Uh-huh.
So
You build all your own synth.
yeah, like I do all the sound design. I only use presets from digital synths like the DX7 because I want to get that sound exactly, you know, so I don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
But with analog synths, I think like everything is like original sound design. So that's the only thing I can think about of what I do. Of course, like my maybe unorthodox singing style. What about you, Pam?
Yeah, I also think my singing, like I feel like because I have so many different influences, like I have influences from alternative like music, indie music, to jazz, to R&B a little bit, to like so many different styles that I like in singing. I have never pursued like a style, you know. I have it's like being focused on just being, like whatever comes I will accept it as it is. Like I never try to imitate like a sound or anything, so people have told me that my singing is unique, so I don't know, probably, I'm not sure.
I think so. I mean, there's certainly an accent to your guys' singing, and I think it serves the music well. I think that's probably why it stood out to me so much, and I fell in love with it. But I've always wondered, did you guys ever have a plan to, or will you ever sing in Spanish, or will it always be English?
We've been asked that many times, and I don't know. I have like I think it's a trauma about, you know, I don't know if you know about rock en español. Something that happened here, like I think 3 decades ago or something, where there were like these bands making rock music in Spanish, but I didn't like it at all, you know. So when I sing in Spanish, I think I feel like those guys, and I don't like but it could be interesting. I don't know.
I don't know, for me it's like I've always listened to music in English. They can also not be from the US, but they sing in English, you know, like European people that sing in English, and
Right.
like Icelandic people that sing in English and stuff. So I was always like listening to music in English.
Yeah,
And
me too.
when we started making the music, we just did it, you know, in English.
We never even talked about it. It was like
You just knew you were going to do it that way.
it was a given.
Yeah, but the thing that I like about it is that I feel like my English has improved so much because I've been traveling to the US and have to practice a lot my English, and I don't know, now I feel like it has been a good thing, and I would someday like to sing in Japanese too, for example, like, and experiment in other languages.
Yeah, it could be fun. In Spanish, I just would feel like too spicy.
That's a word for it.
Inside the box, you know, where I'm supposed to be. Like, motherfucker. But
you got to break out of it.
But I would do it. I would sing in Spanish. I really don't feel like, no, never. I hate Spanish.
I love Spanish.
No, I just, maybe it was like so big the influence for me of all the music I listened to in English that it just was easier for me. But
yeah, easier and more difficult because we've been told many times that people, they can't understand a word of what we're saying.
Like in Mexico, or like English listeners?
English listeners. It's like,
really?
Are you singing in Spanish? And it's like, I'm singing in English. I'm supposed to understand it. But clearly, I'm, you know.
I have no problem understanding your music at all.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I really, you know, at first I was like heartbroken. I was like, oh no. It's like, this is such a big fail. And then I was like, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna try to improve, you know, slowly or quickly. I don't know. Now now if my intuition tells me I'm saying it wrong, I just like go to YouTube and write like whatever pronunciation and try to imitate it and get it into my brain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But it's a challenge, so it's good.
Now, have you gotten a lot of feedback from your listeners, like as far as what they take out of your music? You know, the ones that can't understand what you're saying, but like, do you feel that people are taking out of your music what you want them to?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like an emotional response, like, you know, it's making them happy. It's making them, you know, want to dance. Obviously, those are the first two that should jump out.
Yeah, most of the feedback we get is like, yeah, I dance to it like a lot. And we're like, cool.
Yeah, and some people also, they're the ones that are more interested in the poetry side of it, so to say.
Yeah.
They like, oh, the lyrics are really cool and like they're deep, and we like.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite song of yours that you love to perform?
I think for me, that some that we haven't released actually, like from the old ones, I really like performing
Let me read your mind.
most of them. No, I really like every time I write the lyrics and the melodies to like what I'm gonna sing, I really put a lot of like love to it. So every time I'm on stage, I'm very happy that I'm able to sing it live. So I don't have like what I would not like are songs that are hard for me to sing, even though I wrote them. Like sometimes I like to challenge myself, but sometimes I do a little bit too much. And
Yeah.
it's harder for me to sing live. Those are the ones that I might not enjoy as much at the beginning, but I would start like getting comfortable with them, because sometimes I would sing here in my room, but I would go with a microphone on stage and everything is different and you don't listen to yourself and you cannot get your voice out. So it's different. It's difficult for me, those ones, but of them I really enjoy playing live. It's really a moment for me, like, I get to sing my songs. Yeah.
For me, I think I don't really have any favorite, but I do. I think it might be Electrify, because I like some of the bridge. I think it's fun to sing, and yeah, it allows me to play with. It's like very well within my range, so it's comfortable, and I like some of the melodies. So I think that one is fun and it's like sexy. So yeah.
Yeah, I love Electrify. I really like Under the Moonlight. That one, I feel like that one would be fun live too.
Yeah, that one is very fun to play live.
Yeah, for me it's a little bit difficult because I have to sing and do the talk box.
Yeah.
Like switch really quickly between those two. So I like that because it's like a challenge, and if I nail it, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's very risky.
Yeah, I love that you brought the talkbacks back into the music. I mean, you've always had it in your music, but brought it back into funk. Not a lot of artists use it anymore, but I think the talkbox is cheesy, but it's awesome.
Yeah. It's like very specific. It's definitely like, you know, you cannot avoid like rendering in your mind the face of Roger Troutman. But I love Roger. You know, he's like the godfather of one of the things that I love the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roger.
Now your new piece coming out, it sounds like it's a little different from what you've done before. Do you see yourself as like jumping into a project that's completely different from the funk? Maybe metal, but maybe something else.
I think metal is option number one. There are a couple other options in the list. I think, all these years I felt trapped always within a certain style of music. Like I was doing techno and I was doing like house and I was doing really specific things where a lot of imitation is involved. And it could be cool because it's a great teacher, if you try to imitate something and you do it, constantly and you learn it, then that's cool. But now what I want to do is like make music that has no genre, and also at the same time be able to still do the things that I did before. So for me, a cool EP of Shiro Schwarz now would be like really experimental track, maybe more of a club track, like maybe with acid influence, and a boogie track, because I think all of those things, they have something in common, us. So,
yeah. What about you, Pammela?
Yeah, I also feel like I always like music that you cannot tell what it is, that you cannot put in a box.
Yeah.
And for me, it has always been like an important part. So now that we are pursuing this new sound where we can involve all of those sounds that we like, it's like very inspiring, because I don't know, like we really want to create things that we enjoy, not trying to fit in,
Yeah.
like doing whatever we want. And I feel like we don't have to do things certain ways.
Right.
We can experiment, and that's what we want to do now.
Yeah, and I think especially because we're such a small act with such a small following, we get to do whatever the fuck we want, basically.
Yeah, it's very easy to pivot in a new direction.
Yeah, mostly because we don't have contracts, It's because we would do it with a lot of respect to the people that follow us and like our sound, and we would try to do something always that they would love and enjoy, from the honesty of us being true. That's what we want. And like always try to be honest, so people know who we are exactly, not like guys that do funk, which is cool, but
we love the funk.
Yeah, we love
Let's
it.
be clear about it.
Yeah. But we have so much more to offer than funk, and it could be cooler, I think.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting.
That's awesome. Now, outside of music, are there any other like forms of art that you guys consume to, motivate you through music, like books, movies, or anything like that?
I really love to read, but well, it kind of is related, because I read a lot of books that help me be a better person. Like understand, like, how do you say that?
Like self-improvement books?
Yeah, like self-improvement, but also like life. What is life?
Philosophy and
philosophy.
Yeah. So a lot of my lyrics are things that I learn in my books or that I apply to myself. So I feel like I don't look at books for inspiration for my art, more like for myself, and then it reflects on my lyrics.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. Do you read any fiction alongside that, or is it all kind of philosophy?
No, I read both philosophy and novels too.
Okay. Do you have a specific genre of novel that you enjoy?
I love Japanese novels.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
Murakami.
Like Murakami or that sounded so Latin. Or like
Or
or Latin. Yeah, like Murakami, Kensaburo Oe, Kawabata. Yeah, like I try to like read a lot of literature from the beginning of the 90s or even before 1900s, sorry, and even a little bit before, and contemporary Japanese literature too. so, so hard for the tongue.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I worked at a Japanese company in automotive. So I worked with a lot of Japanese people that were transferred from Japan, and it was really hard language. I just couldn't pick it up, but yeah. So Rafael, what would you say influences you outside of music?
I really like technology and software, like coding. And I think for me that's a really big inspiration because I want our music to sound like futuristic and technologic. So that's outside of music, being inspired by that. I think like it will sound like a little bit cheesy, but anything cool really inspires me.
Yeah. But cool is subjective, so
yeah, true. It's very not very specific. I like fashion, like some trends that, like my Instagram feed is mostly like people that do illustration or fashion or like experimental things with code or music. So that's like my diet. That's what I eat. And I love to go to YouTube and like see live shows. That's like the thing. I try to do that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also love movies and like illustrations. I do a little bit of illustration, so I try to do it, but for me it's kind of hard because I've always been very intimidated by it. So you need to sit down and do an illustration. It's super hard. I have to drag myself to it, like, do it, Pam, do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife is an artist and she's honed that skill since she was a child. And a lot of people look at artists and they say like, oh, I wish I was born with talent like you. But it's like, no, it takes a lot of training. Nobody is naturally an artist. So yeah, I get that. I can't illustrate anything, but my wife, she's done children's books. She does a lot of paintings of people's pets. So yeah, it's definitely not something you can just jump into, but it's all about putting a pencil to the paper, right?
Yeah.
That's how you start.
Yeah, like for me, the hardest thing is to have like a white canvas. Like when I have already something, I could, like continue and like finish it very fast. But like having a white canvas is like very intimidating. Like, what am I gonna do? And even if I have the idea, it's like my inner saboteur is always like, no, you're gonna fuck it up, fam. You're gonna fuck it up. And I'm like, no, please let me try.
Yeah, the blank slate is very intimidating.
Yeah.
I like to believe that I'm going to be an author, but every time I start a project, it's like I have so many ideas and I just get them all out, and it's like I have nowhere to go from there. It's like I've got all of my characters and how they die, but I just don't know what to do next. I like horror, so
Cool.
That is amazing. That sounded like, I laughed because it really sounded so funny, like how they die, like at the most important thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's horror, it's obvious that it's the most important part of it.
yeah.
Wow, I want to read your books.
Yeah, send them.
Maybe someday. Gotta get one out first. So for you guys, for Shiro Schwarz, what looks like success for you?
Oh, yeah, success for me, I think like around 8 or 9 Lambos would be fine.
Lambos?
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
9 Lamborghini.
Whoa, 8 or 9 Lambos. Like, that's aiming low, don't you think?
No, I don't know. That was a joke. Sorry about that. I think success is making the best music we can possibly make. For me, success is, getting up every day and working as hard as I can to make the best possible music I can make. That's it. And if I can get like loads
Yeah.
of money, it'll be good.
Yeah, for me, it's just like being happy.
Being happy.
Being happy. Even though I really like Shiro Schwarz and I see myself like doing Shiro Schwarz like for many, many years, people always change. And if Shiro Schwarz has to end at some point, the thing is that I can be happy doing whatever I am doing at the moment. So that will be like success for me. Like being happy and being able to live with that good quality life. I don't even need like luxuries or anything like that. Just like quality of life is like the most important thing for me.
But yeah, a lot of money
Enjoy.
would be cool too. I want to buy cool shit for my parents.
Yeah, you gotta pay them back, right?
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Do you have any advice for anybody else out there that's like jumping into music or anything, just as a creator? Any advice for them that are early on in their stage of being, producer, a writer, whatever?
I would say like humility is very important. Like never get in your head, like, and don't let your thoughts kill your creativity. Like try to stay healthy, like in your mind. That would be like for me a very good advice. Like focus on being healthy in your mind so you can really do things creatively without your mind getting in the way,
Yeah. For me, what was the question? Oh my god. Wow.
Un consejo.
Oh, advice for people. Yeah, I would say be brave. Like be able to risk and work super hard and study like crazy because you're gonna need it. And that's like you're gonna be studying your whole life if you're gonna be advancing. So just get used to it and don't focus too much on equipment or like things like that. It's okay. I'm like I'm obsessed with synths and stuff, but I realized that it can become a distraction from making music or art. If you are over focused on gear, it happened to me, so I don't want it to happen to anyone else. And I would also like to share with people that you don't need to buy analog equipment. Digital is fine. Plugins are fine. It's not about that. It's about knowing how to use those to make the sounds that you need.
Yeah, also like not waiting to have the right tools to create. It's just like do with whatever you have at the moment and that's it, Never like let the tools do the work. You have to be able to create without tools.
Right.
That's good advice.
Yeah, I think that's excellent advice because a lot of people get hung up on those things. Exactly.
Yeah, you try to improve not by studying, but by using different equipment, which sometimes, can inspire you and you can learn stuff, but there's no substitute for hard work and study and research.
But also I would say like, yeah, Rafa is right. Like you have to always study and improve yourself and learn and stuff. But also you have to not be hard on yourself.
True.
Like you have to appreciate everything that you are able to do. Like you made a drawing, don't like judge it. It is what it is. Like it is what you could do with those abilities at that point, and be proud. And you would get further that way instead of like being super critical about your job. Like, oh no, I fucked it up here. That would probably delay you more instead of help you, because you would be like thinking about those things all the time. Like I have to do this better, and instead of like just doing and
being chill.
Yeah, chill and flow and let things get into the place like a puzzle. You know, you learn something, but you're not able to apply it yet.
Yeah.
Time. It takes time.
And hard work.
Absolutely.
Hard work.
Absolutely. For anyone that's listening, do you have something you recommend that they go out and listen to right now or read right now?
I just read a very cool book. It's called Ikigai. It's a Japanese philosophy. Ikigai means like
Your life's goal?
like your life mission that you, and like goal, mission, and like passion combined, you know, that thing that you do that really moves you. But like the book focuses on like the secret of longevity in an island in Japan. And it's very interesting because it's they like, there is two writers. They are from Spain, but they went and did like an investigation in Japan in this island called Ogini. And it's like an island where people, there's like a lot of the inhabitants there have more than 100 years, and they are like super healthy and super fit, and they keep doing things, and their mentals are like, you know, they're healthy in their mind, and it's like all the things that they do take them all the way, all the little things that you have to do to have a good life. And it's very good.
That's Ikigai, Ikigai.
Yeah, Ikigai, and it's just the secret of longevity.
To a long and happy life.
Something like that. Are you searching for it?
Is it Hector Garcia and Albert Lieberman?
Yeah, that one. It's like a short book, but it's nice.
Okay, yeah, I found it here. I'll make sure to share a link to it. Okay, what else?
I think like the artists that I mentioned, David Morrison and Jayla Darden, I think they're worth giving your time to. And also like check out like Otecker and Aphex Twin if you're more into like probably what's the best synthetic music ever written. So yeah, those, and like there's a blog that I really like. It's called Create Digital Music, CDM. So I think that's a good place to go and find inspiration too. Okay.
A nice blog to check out. Awesome.
Shows that we've been watching.
The Rafael Sadiq Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, it's fucked up.
It's amazing.
What is it?
Rafael Sadiq. Sadiq.
We don't know how to pronounce it. It's like SAADIC.
Rafael.
DIQ.
Yeah. Oh yeah, DIQ.
Rafael Sadiq. And what is it?
The Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah, and also now it's like really dope. Her Tiny Desk. She's like crazy virtuoso singer. That is spelled NAO now. I think it's like now.
Nayo. Algo así.
I don't know.
She said it very different than what I imagined every time I listen to her music, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yogi or.
She's pretty talented.
I've listened to now. Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her music.
Concert is amazing too. Amazing. Super amazing musicians, and everything sounds perfect.
Yeah, and also like more on the modern funk side. I don't know if you know Temu.
Temu?
Yeah,
no.
EMU. He's got like he recently put out a track with an Italian modern funk producer, and there's another track by Axel Middleton. It's called Essential Funk by Temu and Ivan Macvel. And yeah, that's crazy modern funk. Like
I found him here. Yeah, I'm gonna check him out too.
Yeah, please do. You're gonna love it so much.
I trust your recommendations, and I'm also gonna check out that book.
Yeah, check it out. It's very good.
All right, I got a burning question though. What is the secret? Did you guys figure it out? Who's got the secret?
Who's got the secret?
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. Tell me that you love me. I won't die. No more moments of love.
Baby got a secret, something you're not telling. Baby got a secret, and I gotta know why it's all so secret. Aren't you gonna tell me why it's all so secret? Baby got a secret, something you're not.
Between us,
Yeah.
I think we both do.
Uh-oh.
I just understood the question. Sorry. I think it was our cat.
Your cat?
It was that he was gonna go away soon.
Oh no, that's so dramatic.
So dramatic. He just passed away in May.
Aw.
So send us so much love.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What was his name?
Nakata.
You don't have any other pets?
We're good. We're good. I mean, like life goes on. Of course, I miss him, and I feel devastated by that stuff. But you know, you have to keep on.
Just chiming in to remind you all to send your love to Shiro Schwarz for their late cat, Nakata.
All right, you guys got anything else before? I mean, obviously, where do we find you? I know you're on. Everyone should know you're on Spotify. You know, you got a Bandcamp. You're on the Star Creature website.
Yeah.
Where else can we find you?
I thought
SoundCloud.
we need like a lot of plays on our YouTube channel to be able to monetize it. So just leave it on repeat
Okay.
for the Lambo, for the sake of Lambo.
I don't know if you heard of that. I think the band is Wolfpack.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Did you hear about their scandal on Spotify with the silent album?
Oh.
It was a long time. I think it was like 5 years ago or so. They did a album that was completely silent, and they asked their fans to listen to it on repeat at night, and that way they could generate money from it to do a tour. So they were able to get like, I can't remember how much. Everyone thinks it was like around like $20,000 to fund a tour, and Spotify let them keep it, but they're like, we're never letting people do that again. But yeah, if you get a YouTube video that's silent, maybe people can put it on repeat, and then you can get monetized.
Yeah.
No.
just at night. Otherwise, I listen to it all day, so it doesn't matter.
We can make like nature sounds.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Shiro Schwarz nature album.
Yeah, we have a meditation music album, so check it out.
On our Bandcamp.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
It's like ambient. I think it's like more than 60 minutes.
Meditation Spaces is called.
Yeah, very
Awesome. Under the same name.
Shiro
Yeah.
Schwarz.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for like cooking and chilling
Yeah.
or meditating
Or doing yoga.
or making love.
I like doing all of those, so
Yeah.
sometimes all at once. It's a little awkward, but
Yeah, especially if you're frying something.
yeah. Do you guys got anything else before we depart?
Yeah, like please take care of yourselves and be kind, be compassionate, and keep it real.
Yeah. And let's stop the fakeness. I think there's like a lot of fakeness outside, like in the world. Stay true to ourselves and each other, respect ourselves and our friends.
And our planet, because you know it's really cool to have it, even if some people want to migrate to a different planet.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find the same quality out there. You
No.
think
No.
you're very mistaken. This is the best thing we can get.
Yeah, it's very sad that some people think of the earth as a disposable thing, you know, like, yeah, let's move to Mars, you know,
Let's destroy
let's
Mars.
keep,
Yeah, that's our next goal.
yeah, it's like so sad. So,
It's really dumb.
Yeah, I definitely have been heavily influenced by the climate change we've been facing and the fact that nobody wants to take care of it with the power to. So I feel you on that.
Yeah, it's very sad and frustrating, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like how can there be like people with so much power and do horrible things?
Yeah.
We oppose those people.
You should make music specifically against them.
Yeah.
I think it already is, because your music's all about love and they seem to be fueled by hate and money and greed. So you're already fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Look at.
Mom, I need it. Level 2.
Well, Pammela and Rafael, Shiro Schwarz, thank you for coming on here. It was really, really great having you on. And I can't wait to see hear the new music you got coming out. And it'd be great to have you on here again, as maybe do another update of where you're at and where you're going.
Yeah, sure. I would love it.
Thank you for reaching out.
You're very nice.
Thanks for being so accommodating.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I love the interview. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I see you moving, you got me slowing down. It's what you're doing that would give you the crown. Let's get crazy tonight. Let's get crazy. Turn our fantasy into.
All right, that was the chat with Shiro Schwarz. It was an excellent time for me. I had a lot of great laughs. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I think there was a lot to take away from that chat we had. A lot of talk about philosophy and self-respect, and just not overthinking your work if you're a creator or whatever you're doing. Really, just realize that it doesn't matter what tools you have. The job needs to get done, and you can do it. The song we were talking about that was coming out, it's already out now. That's No Fear, No Shame. And yeah, that's a beautiful one. You got to check it out. It's not the funk. It ain't funk, which again proves that they are not just in it for the disco or the boogie. They got a lot more to them than that, Shiro Schwarz. This one was a hard one to edit because there was some drops in communications here and there. So I apologize for any of those spots I may have missed or didn't clean up well enough. I think it still communicates what needed to be communicated, so I think there's still a good conversation here. And if you made it this far, then I think you do too. So cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time. Let's let the beat play out.
Burning inside, deep inside. There's no time to realize the fact you having me feels the way it's supposed to be. No more running around, we're bound to be. That's the thing. Come and give it to me, girl. Come and give it to me, girl. Burning inside, for you. Burning inside, for you. Burning inside, for you. Burning inside.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of None the Lesser. Be sure to follow Shiro Schwarz wherever you can. Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Bandcamp, wherever they're at. Find them and follow them. Links are in the description below. Next week is going to be a fun episode. They're all fun, right? But this one's unique because it's with my wife. That's right. We get down and dirty. Not really. We are just going to talk with my wife, who is an artist and has a business of her own. That is Ebb and Flow Studio. So we're going to open a bottle of wine and talk about that. Talk about that and parenting. We're both parents. I'm like 99% sure I'm also a parent. So We're both parents, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So look forward to that. Be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get podcasts. You got to subscribe. You got to leave a rating. Leave a rating on iTunes, because everyone tells me that is good stuff, those ratings on iTunes. Wherever you can, though, just share it with a friend. Say, hey, this podcast I've been listening to, it's all right. You'll like it, though. It's about music and stuff, art and books and everything beyond and in between. Again, this has been Cody, your host, Cody Buchanan. I will see you next time. Thank you.